We need more of these.
Big off there.
I think the mental preparation probably starts days before the event. You know, you're thinking about it before you go to bed. You're thinking about the weekend as you're out on your morning jog, and then as I'm driving down from Scotland, it's all I do is just think about how I'm going to attack the weekend, and yeah, it never really stops. Throughout the weekend, there's a lot of meetings. You know, you always have a meeting before each session, and then after as well.
Straight out of the box, I feel the car actually felt in a pretty good window. I felt, compared to last night, the initial turn was stronger, and actually traction was better.
After the weekend, there'll be some paperwork because we've got to fill out a report about the performance of the car and where we feel that it was strong, weak, and how we move forward.
Friday before a race weekend for me is going through everything with my data engineer, my race engineer, just making sure everything's sorted for the weekend, tyre strategy, towing strategy, you know, all the bits and bobs that lead up to a Saturday really. And for me, I eat, sleep and breathe racing, so for me I'm constantly thinking about touring cars. I'm constantly thinking about how we can go quicker. I'm constantly thinking about how I can go quicker, how we can get the car quicker, how I can extract the most out of people.
Well, to work well together, you need to have a very good relationship. So it is a family. We get on very well. At Thruxton, for example, once I'd had some food, I went back to the motorhome and grabbed all my guys a drink, just, you know, keep them going, because they're working really hard to make everything go as fast as possible. So it is a family. You all have to get on. If you don't, it's not going to work. You won't go fast. Silverstone, it's a wonderful place. I'm a BRDC member, so I feel close to this. It is quite different though, being the F1 track that it is with all the runoff. It has a very different look, and you notice it as you're trying to push through turn one. You know the consequences of pushing too hard are far slimmer than they might be, for example, at turn one at Alton Park, where you're going to put it in the wall. If you hit the wall here, you're unlucky. Doesn't mean you can't do it, you'll just be unlucky.
So at the moment, we're just putting some pre-setup on for FP1 and FP2, just to make life a lot more quicker and easier when we do it in session. Yeah, I'm clear. We'll get there. So what we've done is we've done an adjustment on the front. We've now got to set it to what the engineer has asked us to, and basically make sure the car is ready for his requirement. If he wants to do any quicker in-session practices, then we can. You get ride heights, please. I do cambers.
2020 Quick Fit British Touring Car Championship. We go racing once again here at Silverstone. Off the line well, and Jackson's through into the lead of the race. And the back end of the car is in, and Tom Ingram is out as well, I'm afraid, from the back of the field. So yellow flag. Oh, we got a big off for Rory Butcher. He's gone over, he's hit the barrier, and his barrel rolled over twice. Rear wheel's missing. It's landed, thankfully, the right way up. But a safety car undoubtedly deployed now. That's a huge off on the far side of the circuit for Rory Butcher. Oh, goodness me. And thankfully, it landed the right way up, and thankfully, it wasn't collected, I don't think, by any of the cars as it was rolling across the track.
Before the crash, I was thinking, wow, this car's feeling really racy. I'm cutting for the pack. How far am I going to get? Could a podium be in sight? As the crash began to happen, it was a little bit of kind of surprise feeling, and then just before the impact, it was, holy, this is going to be big. And then after, there's just a lot of different feelings, because on one side you're happy that you're safe and you've come out of it unscathed, but there's a whole bunch of emotions to do with losing points, you know, seeing your rivals score points, seeing the car in an absolute ball of wreck, and not knowing if you're going to be out for the next event in 2 weeks' time.
Getting closer to him. There's going to be a real noise, a real cheer from the pit wall, because Ollie Jackson is a race winner in the Quick Fit British Touring Car Championship.
Amazing scenes down here. Paul Jackson, his father, Emma Jackson, his wife, and David Bartram. Barty picked Paul Jackson up. They're still hugging each other. Wonderful, wonderful scenes down here.
Amazing, just, yeah, it's been my lifelong dream, and it was one of those where we've been at it for a few years now, and sometimes it didn't feel like it was ever going to happen, but it's finally it is come to me, and so the team have given me the car to do the job with, and to finally get the monkey off my back with it.
For a first-time winner, and also the independent winner, Ollie Jackson! Gets a lovely cheer from the crowd, makes his way up for the first time, a wink and a fist bump with Ash, and so too with Tom Oliphant. And both of those trophies are yours, Ollie. Pick up the winner's trophy, enjoy the moment, and he holds it up to the crowd.
We struggled with the track surface, and we just couldn't quite get the tyres in the working window that we wanted to. We were trying used tyres, new tyres, you know, really old tyres on the rear, and we couldn't find the balance, you know. When we put the new tyre on, we actually went a little bit slower, which was strange. We had a little crease in the shell from the shunt of with Butcher and Neil. I was the first car coming into that once Butcher had kind of landed back in the middle of the track. So the main thing was that he was okay, but I slammed on the brakes and had a train of cars coming into the back of me. So a little bit unfortunate for me, but as we've seen with Rory's car, it could have been a lot worse. Yeah, race 3 was good. You know, we finished 6th in the end from 10th on the grid. We put in some good overtaking manoeuvres, and I think we maximised what we could out of that race. You know, it's a little bit disappointing because I want to be snatching them trophies like we spoke about earlier, but you know, to come from 10th on a circuit where we really struggled, I think that was a good result for the whole team, and I think we certainly deserved it.
It was as simple as the engine gave up, really, which was not great because that's the second time it's happened to me this year. And I think I was coming through Luffield when I dropped a cylinder, which is exactly the same symptoms as we had at Donington when it went in race 1. So as soon as I felt that, I just came straight in the pits, so to not unnecessarily damage anything further. And I knew at that point the race was over for me. Well, I would have loved to have continued really and just seen the year out, but unfortunately COVID-19 has had many different effects for many people, and one of the problems we had is we needed to have hospitality available for sponsors, and so it was time to step away so that we can better prepare for next year. And I've got lots of existing partners and potential future partners who are very keen, but we just need that hospitality it is, after all, an important part of the championship, and it's not a decision we took lightly, but there's no point trying to bankrupt yourself to keep something going when it's not very sensible at all, is it? It is something we needed to think about very, very carefully, and it's where we find ourselves.